That Saturday, do you dwell on that one miss?
You know, I wouldn't say dwell on it. I think a lot about it. You know, that miss, my miss in Michigan, you know, my 3 misses last year, what my mistakes were, and then make sure that I make the proper adjustments. But no, not in a negative way, just more in a way that I learned from it.
As you looked at the conditions, did you think that you kicked pretty well, all things considered?
Yeah, I did. You know, I thought I kicked well there. I thought that was going in for sure. You know, I tend to draw my balls a little bit, you know, 1 or 2 yards, and so when you have a little bit of wind, that draw is emphasized quite a bit. And so I thought that was in for sure, but you know, I made the proper adjustments on my 2nd and 3rd kick, which were basically from the same spot.
From our position, it looked like the wind was swirling.
Yeah.
Different ends of the stadium moving different ways. Did you account for that, and was there a pretty good swirl on the wind?
You know, there was all night. I noticed it more on kickoff than anything, just because you know, obviously I like have the wind in my back. But yeah, especially going into that south end zone, there's those 2 openings on either side, and so a lot of times the flags on top of the goalpost don't give you the proper indication of which way the wind is going, and so it's, you know, you live and you learn, and it's something that I hadn't really experienced thus far, and so I'm glad I have that out of the way and can make the adjustments next time.
What about the tackle? You've gotten a lot of love for that tackle. Was there a frustration welling up? Was it just you going down to make a play?
It was a combination of a couple of different things. You know, I miss-hit on my kickoff, and you know, I hate putting the team and the coverage in a vulnerable situation when I kick a low line drive like that, and so you know, making up for that mistake was something that I wanted to do, and then you know, I was just caught up in the moment and just trying to do what I do, and that's being aggressive safety and make a play on the ball. And I was lucky enough to finally get that tackle.
Andy, margin for error isn't very great in the Pac-12 conference. Do you guys feel like you let one get away Saturday night, and now that really tough stretch of games is coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had it, you know, going into halftime, we had an incredible advantage. You know, I think it's 21-7 or 24-7. And so, you know, letting that slip away from us was, you know, it is really frustrating, but at the same time, I think it kind of instills this drive in us, in this team this week, to make sure that we're, you know, we never put ourselves in that comfortable position again. And so going into UCLA, you know, we're going to come out firing, and I expect big things from this team throughout this whole stretch. You know, these next couple of weeks we have coming up, we know we have big games. You know, every week's pretty much a big game from here on out, and so we're going to, you know, like I said, try not to get too comfortable with any lead that we have, or you know, if we're playing well, just try to never be too comfortable, always trying to get better.
Where do you guys rally? Because you know the fan base is a little let down, and they're feeling like, oh no, you lose at home to Wazoo, what's left with UCLA? What are you guys saying amongst yourself? What's the vibe in the locker room on the importance of this game Saturday night, matching up with a top 8 team?
Yeah, you know, we use each other to rally. We know our talent level. You know, we have all the faith in the world in our offense, in our defense, in our special teams, and so it's just a matter of making sure we're all clicking and we're all doing what we need to do to be clicking on game day. So, you know, like I said before, you live and you learn, and we. You know, the rally just comes from within. We're all extremely competitive. You know, in the weight room, in the locker room, out on the practice field. We all want to, you know, be the best. And you know, it's happened before last year with Stanford, and I think something, you know, we may have gotten a little bit too comfortable after that win as well. And so we've learned from that mistake, and we're just going to move forward and make sure that we're, you know, doing everything we can this week so that we come out and you know, show everybody who we really are.
Have you guys played your best football yet?